Hello, my name's Adam. I just wanted to kind of give some brief my idea of how to travel through Mexico without having to deal with this crazy COVID-19 negative test result. So I live in Alaska, as you can see the snow and the beautiful background. I wish I was going to Mexico right now. My wife's from Mexico, so that makes it. We've been going down there most of our marriage. I love Mexico. I speak a decent amount of Spanish. We actually think about moving there eventually, at least for part of the time. Yeah, we've been all over that beautiful country. It's such an amazing place. So the government, the U.S. government, in their infinite wisdom, came out today and said that they are going to require all inbound airline passengers to have a negative COVID test 3 days prior to boarding, or the airline will not allow you to board and come back in the U.S. So some of you might have and you actually could do this for anywhere in Latin America if you're using Aeromexico, but some of you might have a reservation to go somewhere in Mexico. I don't know your airline tickets. One cool thing is it's easy to change or easy to cancel right now and still have credit. But so you're probably scrambling like, where are we going to get tested? Do we really want this thing slammed up your nostrils? Thank God my wife and I have avoided it so far. We are definitely not pro COVID-19. I don't guess anybody is. But anyhow, with that, if you don't want to be tested, what my advice is, and we've done this 1,000 times, has nothing to do with COVID. We used to live in San Diego for a little while. We've done it when we lived in Montana. We've done it this way. We've done it living in Alaska. The coolest thing you can do is fly into San Diego if you want, if you don't already live in San Diego, or you can fly to LA and rent a car and drop it in San Diego, whatever. But you can take the there's something called this. There's two different options. Now we've done it 100 times both ways. Number one, with my previous employer, I used to be a regional manager, and part of my territory was San Diego and Otay. And so I used to stay in Tijuana about 1 week out of the month. So if you have any Tijuana questions, from what dentist to go to where to stay, I could definitely help you with that as well. But so Tijuana is not as dangerous as it, if you Google Tijuana, it's gonna be saying, oh, it's the most dangerous city in the world, and this, that, and the other. But I've never had any issues. I used to stay over there 4 nights by myself. I still look like a cop. I'm still got bald. They call me Paloncito in Spanish. I still look like a bald gringo cop, so even though I'm not anymore. But anyway, no issues whatsoever. So do not be alarmed about Tijuana. You're not going to be going to those places that people are having problems anyway. So the airport in Tijuana is super nice. There's a bridge called the CBX Bridge. I've used it. It's super convenient. Parking there is outrageous. I would recommend if you're flying in, I just recommend taking the trolley all the way down to where it ends and walk into Mexico, and take an Uber for like 40 pesos. Take an Uber, make sure your Uber's attached to a credit card with no foreign transaction fees. So for $2, basically, you can take it to the airport. It might be 50 pesos tops. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's super easy and convenient and cheap. And go to the airport and check in. If you want to use the CBX bridge, the parking is outrageous. We never used it. I got lucky. My employer was close by. I used to just park my company car in my employer's place, and I'd either take Uber or have somebody drop me off. So I've never paid for the parking, but I take that back. We did park once. You can park on the curb for free if you want, and I've left my car there for a week with no issue. I forgot about that. You can do that as well. Either way, the CBX bridge is cool. I don't buy the ticket through the airline. One good tip is I always look up the tickets. Most of the time I'll look it up in Spanish and pay for it in pesos and just have my credit card, convert it to US dollar. But we watch this Tangerine Travel a lot, and they have a really cool idea. It's like tangerinevpn.com, I think is the name of it. But anyway, just Google Tangerine Travel, Google their website, and look up their VPN. They have a really cool VPN that I don't have, but I could definitely see a lot of good use coming from. But basically, then you can put your computer like you're already in Mexico or other countries. So what would happen is, and we buy our tickets a lot in pesos and all that. So I don't book this CBX through the airline. I feel like you get what I call gringoed if you do that. I just go you can Google the CBX bridge and you buy it that way. And then I've also just Ubered to and from the airport, which is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's super easy. That's the cheapest route. So it's $32 a piece. So for my wife and I, it's $64 round trip to walk through that bridge. It is super nice. There's no line whatsoever, but her and I have global entry, so to walk back across even on the main one's not that big a deal either. But anyway, with that being said, let's think about this. So I'm kind of getting off topic. So the reason I say fly to Tijuana, you could go anywhere. You could go to Costa Rica this way if you wanted to. You can go anywhere you want if you fly in Aeromexico, because they're a worldwide airline. They're actually owned 50% by Delta Airlines, believe it or not, and they code share. So you can rack up your Delta miles. And I'm not a huge Delta fan. I like Alaska Airlines way better, but for this scenario, you can. But they're a great airline. We've flown them several times. They're my favorite one in Mexico. I like them a lot. So you walk into Tijuana, whether it be Uber to the airport, whether it be walk across the bridge, however you want to do it. You get to the airport, you're in Mexico, and you're going to fly to Mexico City. And from Mexico City on Aeromexico, you can go anywhere you want. Heck, you can go to Spain, you can go to Asia, you can go pretty well anywhere you want, but anywhere all over Mexico. But pretty well, you're going to fly to Mexico City, and you want to make sure you have about a 3-hour layover, because that airport can be a son of a gun with all the air traffic. Sometimes it's delayed. It's crazy. It don't make sense. I hate that airport, but it's nice. It's a nice airport, but it can be quite daunting sometimes. But anyway, you're going to fly to Mexico City. From Mexico City, you'll change planes and go to wherever your final destination is, whether it be Cancun or Cabo or whatever. If you're going from Tijuana and you're going to a lot of places, they do have Volaris, however you want to say it in Spanish, Volaris. You can take that. They have a lot of nonstop flights out of Tijuana. They are a horrible airline. If you're looking for luxury, it's not the one. You're going to feel like an elephant in a 5-gallon bucket on that airline. They charge for every little thing, but it is direct flights. So like say you're going to Cabo, that'd be the quickest way. But so the rule is all inbound U.S. flights must have this COVID test, right? Well, you are a domestic flight to Tijuana. So you're flying to Tijuana. Your final destination is Tijuana. The airline don't know if you're going to get there and stay and see your aunt and uncle in Tijuana. They don't know if you're going to visit Tijuana. They don't know if you're going to walk into the U.S. They don't know. They don't care. It's none of that stuff. So this is a good loophole, because all the ruling is about air travel. It don't have anything to do with walking across. So my advice, what I would do, like we consider going down next month, what we'll do is we'll just simply go in and out of Tijuana Airport, and you can do it those 1 or 2 ways. That's my advice. If you have any questions, feel more than free to shoot me an email at bigskybblessing@gmail.com. That's not blessings, it's blessing. I'd be happy to help any way I can with where to stay in Tijuana. If you want to stay in Tijuana, any advice I can give for that, I'd be more than happy to help as much as I can. But I just saw this. I figure I should get this word out. I see a lot of people are scrambling and worried right now about, oh my God, what are we going to do? Where are we going to get tested? I don't like the government telling me what to do a whole lot. So me personally, if it were me, I would fly in and out of Tijuana and avoid all the U.S. drama. That's what I would do. And it's totally legal. You're not doing anything wrong. So hope that makes sense. That's my advice. And like I said, on Aeromexico, you can go anywhere in Latin America. From Tijuana, you're going to fly to Mexico City and then go connect and go wherever. And I do advise, when booking, try to book where you have a good 3-hour layover. That's what I recommend in Mexico City. There's some really nice restaurants there. It's a nice airport. It's not a bad place to be for 3 hours, but their customs can be crazy. You can land there sometimes and it takes an hour to get through customs. So we've had to run to our next plane, and thank God they held it for us. My wife and I both are Platinum Medallion members of Delta, and I don't know if that's why they held it for us or what, but we were the last 2 to get on the plane. That's no fun running to your plane like that, and we had like 2 hours. So anyway, that's my advice. If you're going to Mexico, go have some fun. I wish we were going. We plan on going soon, and we definitely plan on investing down there, especially as crazy as the U.S. is getting right now, right? So anyway, go have fun, enjoy the warm weather, and drink a cerveza and some tequila for us. All right, arre. I wanted to add one thing to this video, which if you want, you can subscribe to our channel. We actually live here in Alaska. We've driven back and forth a lot from lower 48 up to here. We have a lot of video tips that we put on, we do put on YouTube about different things driving to and from Alaska. We just love to help people. We're not trying to make any money out of it or anything like that. It's just always fun to connect. I've actually met a lot of cool people that's written us about our travels up here to Alaska. I'm a pilot. My wife's a flight attendant. We do a lot of traveling. And so anyway, God's been good to us. We've been blessed, and we've got to see we've been all over the world and experienced a lot. We don't have kids, so we enjoy life. I'm not pro kid, that's for sure. Anyway, feel free to subscribe to our channel. We are starting to add more and more stuff, and we are seriously considering moving to Mexico for even if it's just part of the month. So we might be putting a lot more travel tips on here, but feel free to subscribe, and we look forward to hearing from any of you. If we can help any of you at all, we would love to. Like I said, our email address is bigskybblessing@gmail.com. All right, have fun.